What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Cale and I'm the Bearded Entrepreneur, and today I got some special updates for y'all. I got some updates on my Amazon FBA business and just some steps that I'm taking towards my goals. I'm going to be going over Tanner J. Fox's Amazon Seller Mastery course and just giving my opinion, what I think is really good about it, what I kind of dislike about it, and my favorite parts about the entire course and why I recommend it to people. And I'm also going to be showing you at the end some product research. Tanner J. Fox's course is mostly geared towards private label, and the most important part of that is product research. So I'm going to be going over some tips and tricks on what I use to find my first product, and super excited about that. So stay tuned and we'll get into it soon. Alright, welcome back everyone. Like I said, let's just jump right into the super exciting news I have. I mentioned it a little bit in my intro, but I found my first private label product. I'm super excited about it. I just ordered my first 200 units this morning, and the production time is roughly 15 to 20 days, and then shipping will be 2 to 4, depending on just, I guess, the weather on the runways for the planes and whatnot, because I'm doing air express shipping door to door, so I don't have to deal with customs and all that. And so my guess is it should arrive somewhere around the 12th, and because of check-in on the Christmas rush, it might actually become live a couple days after that. So I'm hoping to see it around December 15th or so, and then I'm just ready to start making some money off of it. Going to be running some PPC campaigns, going to be hunting for some reviews and trying to just boost my sales so that I'll make it to the first page quickly. And with that, I have a couple things I'm working on for my listing. My listing itself is pretty much complete. I have all my bullet points in place, my title, my description, everything all like that's in place. The only thing I'm working on is an ebook, and I am just going to be completely open and honest and upfront with you. Mix some words there together, but I suck at writing. I am absolutely terrible. I tried writing the ebook myself within a day or two, and I was just beating my head against the wall, and I was wasting so much time on it. So I was like, instead of spending 2 to 3 hours a day for 5, 6, 7 days in a row, I think my time's just much more valuable than that. So I went to Fiverr and I hired someone to write it all for me. I just gave them a general outline and the ideas I'm wanting, and they're going to put it all together for me, and they're going to write 5,000 word ebook, and it's just going to be pretty cheap considering how thorough it's supposed to be. So I'll update you on that and see how it goes, just to let y'all know what y'all can find on Fiverr. I also am looking to take photos. I am ordering a sample of my product. I'm going to ship it in. I'm going to take my own photos or possibly send it to someone else. I'm not sure yet, but make sure to put my logo with it, take some high quality photos so my Amazon listing looks really good. And that's pretty much all that I have left on my listing is the ebook and the photos. So something that's really cool and what excites me the most about this, my total buy-in cost for my product was roughly $1,100. After I purchased the ebook and pay for it to be set up and everything, it's going to be a little over $1,100. But if I sell all 200 units at a profit, which I should because it's a really hot item right now, it should profit me around $1,400 to $1,500 depending on how much I spend in PPC ads and how many products I give away. It could be anywhere between $1,400 and $1,500, so I'm going to more than double my money that I invested, which I'm really psyched about. So that's really fun. And now we're just going to move into my review of Tanner's course, because that's where I learned all of this. So that's where we're going to head into now. We're going to jump into the computer and take a look at his course a little bit. So Tanner's Amazon Seller Mastery course right here. Y'all didn't know I wore glasses, huh? They just have such a reflection of all the light that I try not to wear them as much as I can, but I just can't see the screen very well if I don't have them. So, but anyway, here's Tanner's course. We're just going to go through right here. It's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 5 modules plus a resources tab and an intro. So roughly 7 little sections, but 5 actual modules of teaching. You got the product research, suppliers and shipping, creating your product and listing and account setup and all that, navigating Sales Central, marketing, advertising. And for me, I learned a ton from this course. I finished all the videos in 2 days. I've seen people say that they finished them in a couple hours, but the reason why I went so slow is because I was pausing the video every couple seconds and taking notes and also rewatching a lot of videos in the process. So that's why I slowed down. I actually ended up taking about 8 or 9 pages worth of notes. Yeah, so that's why it took me so long to actually finish the course. what I love most about the course itself and what I learned a lot about from the course was a lot about the creating your first listing, creating your first product listing. That taught me probably the most, followed by finding your keywords and also finding a supplier. Those three pieces were probably the most important to me because those are the things I did not know that much about. It just something I just never heard of, never knew. So that's probably where I learned the most from the course itself. But what I think you're actually paying for whenever you buy this course, what I think has been the most valuable piece so far, has been the community. The Facebook group that you get to join is just amazing. You get to ask questions. There's people on there all the time answering. There's a couple of guys, if you join the course and you join the Facebook group, you'll see there's a couple specific guys that are always responding, always helpful, and super amazing, and just great. Along with the 2 months of free coaching from Tanner, you can't really ask for much more. It's just something that teaches you a lot really quickly. And why I recommend this course, honestly, is because it condenses all of the knowledge that you can find for free in one straight line. You can find all this information for free, it's all out there, but the fact that it's all put in one place for you and you can just run through it really quickly instead of having to take months on months on months of finding all of the information for yourself, this just puts it all in one place for you. I told you all in my last video that the best thing you can do is just start and speed up your process by learning through failure or learning through a course. This is one of those courses I recommend. I would have spent probably another month or 2 months researching how to do private label. Instead, I just jumped on this course, and within 2 weeks I found a product because I bought the course October 31st, 2 days before my birthday. It was like an early birthday present, and I found a product and I ordered it today. So it took me 2 weeks of just researching and figuring it out. So that's why I recommend the course, and people in the group are going to help you. So why not? If that's something you're interested in, take a look at the link below. I will get a little bit of affiliate commission for it, so it'll help me out. It'll help keep this YouTube channel running. It'll help me keep the lights on. So wouldn't mind if you would show some love and just purchase that link. If it's something you're interested in, I'm not going to force you to. Like I said, all the information is out there for free. I'm about to give you some free content right now, right after this segment. We're going to go into some product research, but this just speeds up the process, this whole course. Yeah, so I highly recommend. Click the link below if you're interested. And yeah, so now we're going to move on into product research. Alright, so for product research, I actually found 2 products in my 2 weeks of researching. One of them I found in one method, one of them I found in a different method. So it's kind of dependent on what you're looking for and what kind of money I guess you have to start this. I do recommend at a minimum that you get this Jungle Scout Chrome extension. You can get the light version, it's $97. There's a link below that leads to Jungle Scout, and you can purchase whatever it is you prefer, the Jungle Scout Chrome extension or the web app, which I'll go over the web app in a second. But I'm going to show you how I found my first product, which I didn't end up going with, and I'll explain why in a minute. But the first method I did, because all I had was just enough to get the Chrome extension, I simply hit the minus sign in Amazon, because you come to Amazon.com, you hit the minus sign, and you just hit random keys. And you want to make sure you put it in a particular department. I didn't do that yet, sorry. Let's go sports and outdoors. I know more about that than I do anything else. Let's go exercise fitness. But you type minus sign and then just hit a bunch of keys. This essentially says I'm going to search for anything in this category except that. That phrase OIGASF is not going to be found. So if you hit it, it will find tons and tons of products. See, it found 805,000 results just in this category alone. And what I like to do in order to limit it, because I don't really want certain things, I go for anything in the $15 to $50 range, because that's one of my parameters. I want it to be under $50 and over 15 because that gives enough profit, and under $50 is not a decision-making buy. It can be an impulse buy for most people. So I try to keep it with that. And something else I look for, just parameters to keep aware of. I'll show you what I mean in the Jungle Scout app in a second. But I try to keep things with under 50 reviews. I try to have majority of the listings on the top page, on the first page, to have less than 50 reviews. I try to have majority of the first page having over 300 sales, and I try to have the product be under 2 pounds. So that's just something I look for. You can personalize your own parameters. It's your own gig. Do whatever kind of research you want, whatever parameters you want, but this is just a recommendation. So I go through and I start looking. Let's just look up yoga mats. I know that that's not a good listing, but let's just do it anyway. It's way too competitive is why. So you come back and you'll look up the broadest keyword. So the broadest keyword for this listing right here will be yoga mat. So you just come in here, you type in yoga mat, you hit enter, and it'll come up with the first page of yoga mat. Now you want to ignore the sponsored listings because that means they're paying to be here. You want to be looking at all of these in this area. This means these are people that made it to the first page without paying for it. So you want to click your Jungle Scout app. These are all looking to be the same product that I am looking for. And so you start scrolling through. You see the reviews tab. You see that there are a lot of reviews that are over 50. And I would definitely skip on this product solely because I want a maximum of 3 of the top 10 or 4 of the top like 15, maybe 5 of the top 15 to have over 50 reviews. Like that's the max I will take is 5 in the top 15 are over the 50 review cap because that just means it's too competitive. I can't get sales or I can't get enough sales to climb up the pages. But their sales are incredible because it's such a high competition product. All of these are over 300 sales, which means it would be a good indicator, except for the review count. The sales, I want a minimum of 7 of the top 10 to have over 300, or roughly 8 or 9 of the top 15 to have over 300. So that's what I look for. And weight something you're gonna have to find by just clicking into a listing. So I'll click on this random listing, scroll down, and you will find that product details went a little too far. Where is it? Sorry, I'm having trouble just simply finding it. There you go, 2 pounds. That's what I look for. The weight is only because shipping from China and from your supplier is going to be really expensive, so you want a super light product, something you can fit roughly in a shoebox, maybe a little larger, but really light so that you can ship it for very cheap, because if you start having big products, it's going to cost a lot on shipping, and that's just what you're going to end up wasting your money on. And it's going to drive your profits down. So I'm going to look for a couple more products just to show examples, and I'm also going to show you another trick. Something I do, because a lot of the first pages, like if you go in here, like pages 1 through like all the early pages are going to be very competitive products. What I like to do is actually go up here, click on this, back that off, and then type in just a really far in the listing, in the category page. So 55, 100, 150, because you have like 400 pages worth of stuff, actually more than that, but that's just what I like to do because it skips to stuff that's not as competitive, so you can go through and look, massage ball. So you come in here, make sure you're searching through all departments and just type in massage ball because that is the broadest keyword here. You got therapeutic massage ball, so you just type in massage ball. You find these, you hit the Jungle Scout app again, and this is what you are looking at. The reviews, yep, definitely too competitive, too many things over 50. Price is honestly too low as well. I would like it to be over $15. There's a lot of things under 15, so the price is just too fluctuating for me. The sales are there, but it's just not worth it with the competition, how low its sales are. So I would pass up on this one as well, and you just kind of keep scrolling through. I went through tons and tons and tons and tons of pages, and I finally found a product that I really liked. Was moving forward with it, created a listing like in Word. I didn't create it on Amazon itself, but I created a listing in Word, just my bullet points, all that stuff. But I ended up passing on it because it was a little bit too much liability, and since I don't have an LLC or product insurance yet, I wanted to go something with less liability so there's less chance of anything happening. But once I build up my capital and build up my money, I do plan on getting an LLC and moving forward with this second product, or this product that I found. So the first one I found was going to be my second private label product. Just because I want a little bit more protection between me and those who, if something goes wrong, they try to sue me, they won't be able to take any of my assets, they'll just be able to sue my business, and I'll have the insurance to cover everything, and we'll be able to fight that way. So that's one thing that you got to look out for. So I avoided it. I just was like, okay, it's not worth it right now. I'll just find another product, and I ended up doing that. So I'm going to move into the Jungle Scout web app now and show you what it is I do there. So let's get to that one. Alright, what's going on, y'all? Let's hop into the Jungle Scout web app. This is essentially all that it really is. It's a filter that just searches all of Amazon by your criteria. So you set your parameters here. I got my price of 15 to 50, over 300 sales, under 50 reviews, under 2 pounds, and I selected all of these categories just because they're ungated, they're easy to get into, they're not super competitive, and you can find products in them easier. So that's just what I do. Jungle Scout, there's a link below if you want to take a look for yourself. All you're going to do is set your parameters. Again, this is what I use. You can do what you want. Take that off because I don't want it to be fulfilled by Amazon. I want to see everything. You hit search, and it goes through, and it just pops up with things to take a look at. So let's scroll through really quick and see if we can find anything. This is going to be pretty quick because you literally do the exact same thing as you did the minus sign gibberish method that we just went over. So let's just go through. Looks like there's a lot of sleeves, a lot of arm sleeves. Let's just plow through that really quick. Okay, we're on the other side. Heavy duty nutcracker. So what I would type in would be nutcracker tool. Nah, just nutcracker. Actually, that might pop up with. No, it didn't. I was expecting little dolls to pop up, to be honest. So popped up with this. You're just going to take a look, make sure they're all kind of the same. You hit your Jungle Scout extension once you find that out, and you just see, yeah, this is a little too competitive. You got too many over 50 reviews for me, at least. Someone might be confident with that. But the sales are actually looking pretty good. There's definitely not as many as I'd prefer, but this might be something, if the price and the reviews lined up, that I'd probably go with. Yeah, the price just looks a little low. This one's skewing the data to make it up that high, but the prices are honestly just too low for me. That would be what pulls me off of this product. So there is that. But then, so you just go right back. You just start scrolling through, see if you can find anything else to add to the list. Not find anything else on the first page, so you just move on to the next. And then, oh, basketball net. That's what I had up earlier because I did a little research. I cheated a little bit. Let's just be real. Basketball net, so you find, I already know this has it all because I cheated. You Jungle Scout it, and you check, and the reviews are just a little too many, over 50. It's not something I prefer. The sales, for the most part, are there. There's definitely some low people up in the top on the first page, so might avoid that. And the price is just honestly too low. I would not go for this either. Let's do one more. Just, hey, Pokemon cards. Just to give you something else to look for. Just to give you more of an example. And a lot of these I just skim over because it's like I don't want to deal with certain things. Like I don't like having variations, so like all of these, I don't want a listing yet with variations. Personal preference. In the future I might deal with it, but right now I just skip over these because it's too much all at once, and I want to be able to learn the process with a different product, just something more simple. So let's go with this one. What is this? Acoustic tube earpiece with one pair. Nope, never mind. That's not what I thought that was. Let's go with dog diapers. Let's go with that. Dog diapers, so you kind of check. Yeah, it looks like everything is the same. Then you scroll through and you're like, immediately, way too high reviews. Something I'd pass on. I wouldn't even take a glimpse at this stuff if I saw that, but I'll go over it again just to continue to give y'all feedback. So the sales are definitely there. Pretty much everything in the top 11 is over 300 sales, so that would be a good sign. And the price is actually pretty good too. There are a couple low offers, but I bet you they're a little bit different. Yeah, they're just like packages, while these are actual like cloth diapers, it looks like. And something else to watch out for, I just noticed this, there are a couple that are like the same brand. You want to avoid things that are just dominated by one brand because they got there for a reason. That means they have a following, and their people just stick to that brand anyway, so you kind of want to avoid those products as well. So find something that's not very branded, essentially. So with that, I'm just going to call it for today. That's a lot of research thrown all into one. Thank y'all so much for watching. I know this was a long video, but I hope it added a lot of value. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to teach you a little something along the way. And if this content was helpful to you, I'd really appreciate if you like, subscribe to see more, and comment below. Comment below if you have any research methods that have been helping you. Comment any research methods that you've been using to help find your products, and comment just your success stories, your failure stories, and just where you are at in the process. Love to hear and love to be able to respond to any comments I can, and hope to see you in Tanner's Facebook group someday maybe. So have a good one. Later.